What does it take to become a billionaire in the United Kingdom? Is it building a better vacuum cleaner, betting on hedge funds, or creating a gambling empire from your spare bedroom in Stoke-on-Trent? Today, we're counting down the top 10 wealthiest people in the United Kingdom, their stories, their fortunes, and how they got there. Stay until number 1, because that one might genuinely surprise you. Let's get into it. Kicking off our list at number 10 is a man most people have never heard of, Alexander Gerko, worth an estimated $7.2 billion at just 45 years old. Gerko is the founder of XTX Markets, one of the most powerful algorithmic trading firms in the world. If you're not familiar with algorithmic trading, here's the short version. Instead of humans buying and selling stocks, computers do it in fractions of a second, millions of times a day. XTX Markets processes billions of dollars in transactions daily, operating quietly but lucratively across global financial markets. Born in Russia, Gerko moved to the UK and built XTX from the ground up. He's also known for being unusually philanthropic for someone in the finance world, donating tens of millions to mathematics and AI research. At 45, he could easily climb much higher on this list in the years ahead. At number 9, we have one of the most remarkable self-made success stories in British history, Denise Coates, worth $7.3 billion. Coates is the founder and CEO of Bet365, one of the largest online gambling companies on the planet. What makes her story extraordinary is where it started. In a portable cabin in the car park of her family's betting shop in Stoke-on-Trent back in 2000. She mortgaged the family's chain of betting shops to fund the launch of the online platform. Today, Bet365 serves tens of millions of customers in over 200 countries. At 57, Denise Coates is one of the highest paid executives in the world. She has paid herself over £1 billion in salary and dividends over the years. She's a billionaire, a CEO, and proof that sometimes the biggest bets pay off. Number 8 is Nik Storonsky, 40 years old and worth $7.9 billion, and he built his fortune by reimagining what a bank could be. Storonsky is the co-founder and CEO of Revolut, the London-based fintech super app that started as a travel card with no foreign exchange fees and has grown into one of Europe's most valuable private companies. Revolut now offers everything from currency exchange to stock trading to crypto and has tens of millions of users worldwide. It was valued at over $45 billion at its peak, making it one of the most valuable fintech startups ever. Also born in Russia, Storonsky previously worked as a trader at Lehman Brothers and Credit Suisse before co-founding Revolut in 2015. He's one of the youngest people on this list, and in the world of tech, that matters. Number 7 goes to Lord Anthony Bamford and his family, with a combined net worth of $9.1 billion. The Bamford family controls JCB, yes, those iconic yellow diggers you see on construction sites everywhere. JCB was founded by Anthony's father, Joseph Cyril Bamford, in a garage in 1945 with just £1 in his pocket. Anthony took over the company in 1975 and transformed it into a global powerhouse. Today, JCB employs around 14,000 people and sells machinery in over 150 countries. From construction equipment to military vehicles, JCB is one of the most recognized British brands in the world. Lord Bamford is 79, a conservative peer, and one of the great examples of generational wealth built on British manufacturing ingenuity. At number 6, we have Sir Christopher Hohn, worth $9.2 billion, a hedge fund titan who is as famous for his activism as his returns. Hohn founded TCI Fund Management, the children's investment fund, in 2003. The name is meaningful. The fund donates a percentage of its profits to the Children's Investment Fund Foundation, one of the largest charities in the world, focused on improving the lives of children in developing countries. But don't let the charitable branding fool you. TCI is one of the most aggressive activist hedge funds in the game. Hohn has taken on some of the world's biggest companies and governments, pushing for changes in leadership, strategy, and crucially, climate policy. At 58, Sir Christopher Hohn is proof that you can be both ruthless in the market and genuinely impactful in the world. Numbers 4 and 5 go to brothers, David Reuben at 86 years old and Simon Reuben at 83, each worth $12.8 billion. The Reuben brothers are one of the wealthiest families in British history. Born in Mumbai to a Jewish Iraqi family, they moved to the UK and built their initial fortune in the Russian metals trade after the Soviet Union collapsed, acquiring aluminium assets at rock-bottom prices in the chaos of the 1990s. They then pivoted into real estate and investments, and today the Reuben brothers own some of the most prestigious properties in London and beyond. Their portfolio spans hotels, data centers, marinas, and more. They are notoriously private, rarely speaking publicly quickly and avoiding the spotlight almost completely. But the numbers don't lie. Number 3 is probably the most famous inventor on this list, Sir James Dyson, worth $14.6 billion at 77 years old. Dyson's story is legendary. He created over 5,000 prototypes before finally perfecting his bagless vacuum cleaner. And when British manufacturers rejected the idea, he licensed it in Japan, then eventually launched his own company. The rest is history. Today, Dyson is a global technology brand selling premium vacuum cleaners, air purifiers, hair dryers, and more in over 80 countries. Dyson has also invested heavily in electric vehicles and battery technology. But Dyson is also controversial. Despite building a quintessentially British brand and being a prominent supporter of Brexit, he moved Dyson's headquarters to Singapore in 2019, a decision that raised plenty of eyebrows back home. Still, at nearly $15 billion, you can't argue with the results. At number 2, we have Sir Jim Ratcliffe, worth $16 billion at 72 years old, and he's been making headlines for more than just his bank balance. Ratcliffe is the founder and chairman of INEOS, a British multinational chemicals and manufacturing company. INEOS is one of the largest companies in the UK, producing everything from petrochemicals to plastics to performance sportswear. But in recent years, Ratcliffe has become just as well known for his ventures into sport. He owns the cycling team INEOS Grenadiers, nice football club in France, and, most famously, he purchased a minority stake in Manchester United in 2024, taking over the sporting operations of one of the world's biggest football clubs. Ratcliffe is a fascinating figure, a self-made billionaire from a working-class background in Failsworth, Greater Manchester, who built a chemicals empire and then used it to plant a flag in the world's most popular sport. And the richest person in the United Kingdom is Michael Platt, with a net worth of $18.8 billion at 57 years old. If you haven't heard of him, that's by design. Michael Platt is the founder of Richest Capital Management, a hedge fund that at its peak managed over $35 billion in assets. Known for its precision trading strategies and rigorous risk management, Richest was considered one of the best-performing hedge funds in the world. In 2015, Platt made a bold and unusual decision. He returned all outside investor money and converted Richest into a private investment firm, managing only his own wealth and that of his employees. It was a move that essentially said, "We don't need your money anymore." And it paid off. By managing their own capital with the full flexibility that brings, Platt and his team have continued generating exceptional returns. Platt was born in Preston, Lancashire, started his career at JP Morgan, and co-founded Richest in 2000. He is now the wealthiest person in the United Kingdom, and most people have never heard his name. So there you have it, the top 10 billionaires of the United Kingdom, from algorithmic traders and fintech founders to vacuum cleaner inventors and hedge fund giants. What's fascinating about this list is how diverse the paths to wealth are. Some inherited it, some stumbled into it, and some, like Denise Coates, literally bet everything on an idea and won. Which story surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more wealth and finance content, and we'll see you in the next one.